So I'm gonna whisper because it's like going on at 1:30. It's not really whispering, but I'll keep my voice down because people probably, I mean, it's Friday. They're probably still out drinking, but some people, hip hop. But anyway, the PST, right? Past morning, past stress. I went to St. Mary's doctor, gave me a prescription. I took it when I was over here at the where the hell is what I forgot the apartment complex. But on grow shit. I will keep, but anyway, over there, I remember it. But when he gave me a prescription, and I took it for 2 months. And when I figured out what it was, then I threw the medication away. Because the voices that are screaming, they went to a whisper. And then when I realized and when I figured out what the fuck it was, I took the prescription, threw it away. And then I beat it up myself. But they wanted to put me on drugs, right? So, St. Mary's, Doc D, old man, right? I don't need drugs. And I'm good. So, you can shut the hell up, old man. But anyway, I'm gonna do what I do because that's what I do. I don't do drugs. I've graduated from the DARE program. I know what drugs do to you. Yes. But I also beat the drugs out of me. And I was like 25, 26 when I said fuck the drugs. And I wasn't a drug addict. It's me working, and if I was out drinking and stuff like that, it just, nothing took. I never got addicted to anything. I did go for it. I'd take it was triple C's, not Molly, but acid, Spider-Man acid and shit like that. But I never got addicted to it. I've never done coke because of the way I was brought in this life. But I did drink Coca-Cola back in the day. It was made with Coke. Now Coca-Cola is made with cocoa leaves. But back in the day, it was made with real Coke. It's called Coca-Cola. But anyway, yeah, I never really got addicted to anything. And for like 2 years, I kept on telling people no. In a night, and I was super fucking trashed. I said, fuck you. Just doing one line to shut you the fuck up. Worst thing that I chose to do. But so I got addicted, not addicted to the drug. It just speeded everything up for me. For 3 years, I got stuck on it, and I said, "Fuck this." My mother came out, and she was like, "Dude, get off the shit." I promised to her that I was gonna get off this shit and quit. And that's what I did. But she still wants to stab me in the back, right? I promised because I wanted my mother to see me do good things, not be a bad person and be on drugs. So I chose to get clean. And I stuck myself in a room for 3 months to get clean. I had to get through this. I had to go through this sickness and go through all the withdrawals and everything for 3 months. And I beat the drugs out. I beat the drug out. But when I went to Maine and they drugged me and I relapsed, not once, but twice, 3 times, because there were 4 times, 3 times, and they gave me moxicillin. Moxicillin, I'm allergic to anyway. So yeah, and everything else that happened, nobody, you don't understand, bro. They fucked my head up. But anyway, I chose to get clean. So I graduated from there and I graduated from drugs. I know what they do to you. I know what they don't. I know when you're off drugs. I also know when you're on a drug. And I like being off drugs because I like how it makes me feel. I don't like all that bullshit. So, like I said, before you guys run your mouth about something, make sure you go through it before you say something. Because if you don't go through it, two-faced people, you have no right to fucking say nothing because you have no idea. But like I said, I don't do drugs. The drug I'm on is life in general. Life to live. I'm zero to zero chance of surviving. I was 1 out of 8 children to survive. I was the only child to survive. The first child to survive in the United States of America. Out of 8. I was the 8th child. And a girl died a week before. The doctor went to Jamaica, came back. He said, I'm not going to let this one go. We just lost one last week and I feel bad, but I'm coming back. He saved my life. But anyway, I'm here. But I was, so 8, I was supposed to, I had zero chance of getting through the surgery, let alone get through it and survive. I got through the surgery, put in an incubator. I was supposed to die before 6, but if I lived past 6, then I'd have a full potential of my life, and I'm living it. But I was 1 out of 8 children to survive. I was the only one to survive. And 8, 6, 24. Doesn't 8, 6, 24, does that calculate to you guys? Right? Cool? Mentality. Right? Mamba mentality. 6 is Kobe's childhood basketball jersey's number. 8 is his Laker, 8 and 24. It was his Lakers numbers. And the reason why he put 24 is because he wanted 6, but where LeBron James already had 6, he had to go 2-4. Mid got his 6 because he wanted to go and use his jersey as a child. But he couldn't get it. So, and then Kevin Garnett will tell you he did it to get at Michael and say he's one better than Michael. He's great, but he's not better than Michael. You would never know because Michael's old and he's not, like, it's 2 different generations. But MJ was retiring as Kobe went in, but Kobe was since lost Michael. So we can never tell. It's just people having opinions. But the reason why I put Michael first, Stephen Curry second, and then Kobe third is because Kobe looked up to Michael Jordan so much that he stole all his moves. But with 24, he expanded the game. MJ was more of a dunk, go in the hoop, like get foul. Kobe did the same thing, but he had more of a more of a long shot threes. But Jordan was never ever put in that position because he always had Scottie Pippen and not always had Scottie Pippen, but he was never. Back in the day, it was you drove to the hoop, man. And I say Stephen Curry second because Stephen Curry expanded the floor. He's a great 3-point shooter, but he can go in the hole and get it. Not like MJ and Kobe dunking and shit like that. But Kobe expanded the game. His 2-point, he dunked the ball, went in, yes, but he was more of a perimeter. Like it was different because they're different situations. Jordan was in Chicago. Kobe was in the Lakers. He was first drafted by the Charlotte Bobcats, and then got traded to the Lakers. But like I said, my top 3 is MJ, Steph, and Kobe. But it's like put the diamond together. You see it on my chest, right? And we fly high like eagles. But I'm a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Like I'm a New York fan. Yeah, my tattoos mean something. I like spiders. I like the rose of blue. Blue is my favorite color. Red means love. If you look at the colors. Yellow rose means friendship. The colors of the roses mean different things. And different definitions. Yeah, basically. So what the hell is that? Oh yeah, so I took myself off the prescription. And do you guys understand that if I went to the because the first time, or not the first time, but when I was 20, is it 24 or something like that? But it was back when the Kareem and Roxanne was there, and I had a seizure in front of them. The 911 was called, and I had to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital. They didn't know what was wrong with me. They called my mother. It was East Main Medical Center. They called her. My mother didn't answer. She called back 10 minutes later and was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "We don't know what's going on with your son. He's just shaking like a motherfucker. And it's just, he can't talk. He can't do nothing." It's like, she goes, "Okay, well, he's having a fucking seizure. Treat him as one." She goes, "Are you sure? Because we don't know what's going on. It just kind of looks like he's relapsing in his body. He's moving so fucking fast, and we don't." She goes, "No, he has seizures." So, yeah, they took a tube and put it down my piss hole. And they drained all the fluids out of me. I didn't feel it going in. Halfway of it coming out, I started coming back too. So when the nurse pulled it out halfway, I could feel the half of it coming out. I don't want a violation of that again. So but yeah, anyway, I didn't want it to happen again. So I didn't go because I didn't want my privacy to be violated. It just took me 7 years to get back, and I battled for everything back. So, people, you need to start putting some fucking respect on my name. I could have gave the fuck up, but I didn't. I'm still here. I fought and battled back for my life back. Something they created, not something I did, something they did. There's a difference. But yeah, they put a dude down and took all the fluids out. And I came back to, starting to come back to like 10, 15 minutes later. But I didn't do it that time. So it took me longer to get back to myself. And with the PSD medication, I threw away and battled way back because all they want to do, medical field, is put you on drugs. It's all about control for them and the government. It's all about control. And are you pissed because you can't keep me on drugs? You think you need to put me on medication again because you think I'm on my head's fucked? No, bro. So like I said, you want me to sue the fuck out of you and St. Mary's too? Or Landmark? Alright, I'm not stupid there, people. I do not do drugs. I haven't done drugs in 7 years that I was here, and I was, sober 11 years before they drugged me for 4 days. Do you guys have a clue what that is? And I still don't take drugs. I stopped at 25. So, and there was only one drug that got me enough to, it grabbed me, and yeah. And I'm not ever going back. I feel way too goddamn good to go back. But for people that have drug addiction and you want to stop, you want to quit, listen to me. You got to go through this sickness before you can get to the good stuff. You gotta get all those drugs, all that out of you. You have to go through withdrawals. And most of you give up and say, fuck this, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. You have to get sick. You're getting sick because all that fucking bullshit that you're putting in your body is working on its way out. So you have to have the willpower to beat the drugs out. Once the drugs are out, once all that bullshit is out of your body, easier it's gonna get. You gotta go through the worst before you get to the best. It's not the best to the worst. It's the worst to the best. When you want to get clean, you got to go through the worst to get to the best. So EST, give it an estimate. You got to give it time. You got to let all those toxins get out your body. But too many people give up because they don't want to go through the sickness. Again, you gotta go through the sickness. Because if you don't go through the sickness, you will not get clean. You always go back. But you gotta have willpower within yourself to say no. And the easy way for that is do something that you enjoy. Play basketball, football, read a book. Do something to keep your mind off it. So when you feel that you want to go do something and do it, say, screw that, I'm going to go play basketball. Do something that you enjoy doing to get your mind off of it. And you'll work it out. Because once you sweat, you work shit out when you sweat too. So once you get all those toxins out of you, then it's easier to get to yourself and get back together with yourself. Again, you gotta let the toxins go through you and you gotta shit them out. You gotta go through the worst to get to the best. It's just like kids when they get spoiled. You are the best and then they go to the worst. It don't work like that. Spoiled kids, you need to know about the money debt ratio. You need to know how hard money is to come by. You gotta get taught responsibilities within the money, because money is a material thing. Responsibility is a give me thing. You gotta go and get it. You gotta go and do it. The world is resolved around money. So if you don't have money, you don't have anything. You won't be nobody. So get that installed in yourself, the responsibility. You gotta go to work. You gotta have a job to even have a roof over your head, because the world is resolved around money. And if you don't have money, you can't get groceries, you can't eat, you can't have a place to live. So you have to have responsibility and go to your job. It's just that easy. You can't, spoiled brats, we have it too easy. You gotta be installed go-getters, not weak motherfucker people that want to take. We need go-getters. So now when you turn 17, 18, you already know what to do. And you don't need a fallback. Now, if you need help, your parents, most people, not mine, but most people, your parents will help you. But like being spoiled, I have no clue what that is. Because I was never giving anything. I've always since day one had been on disability. So I've always paid my way. I tried to get off when I was like, 16, 17. And then, yeah, of course, Pizza Hut fired me, or I think they fired me. Bob Legassi, you didn't fire me, chump. I quit. You told me to sit the fuck down. I said, no, motherfucker, you don't tell me to sit down. And you, yeah,